Good evening. How are you? Or good morning, wherever you are. Hope that you had a pleasant day. I know the energy can be very rich, but at the same time it could be, I'm hearing spirit say extroverted. But at the same time, when we think about that word, extroverted, what does it really mean? You know? So I feel like some of us could be finding ourselves indecisive. So I felt like, let's just take a moment to stay unique. Take a moment to just breathe in, exhale, breathe in, exhale. So I feel like this week with the moon, the phases of the moon, there's a lot of action. And so I remind myself to stay grounded, to keep myself energetically equipped and empowered to be still as much as I can, as long as I can, because I need it. I have access to that space, and so it is. That's the way it is. So for you, if you're wanting to receive this energy, then just say you want to have this energy. If this is your first time here, welcome in. Welcome in. So yeah, it's Libra season. So any of you Libras, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope that you're all doing well. But for the most part, there was a little bit of a channeled messages that were coming through. It took me some time to talk to the guides about it. But for the most part, it can feel pretty balanced. It can feel pretty balanced. And it's just a reminder to ground yourself. Keep yourself connected to whatever it is that helps you stay feeling the joy. Feeling the joy, feeling the love, allowing yourself to just release what it is you're thinking about. What is it that you want to commit to? What are these new ideas that are also coming in? And then the guides were talking about, like, if you're following your natal chart, maybe taking a quick visit to your first house. And I'm just taking a look at my notes here. Okay, so the first house, the impression you make on people. Whatever you consider your calling, this is also the 10th house. So the first house was a reminder of the impression you make on people. And the 10th house was also something to look at. The 10th house is whatever you consider your calling to be. Now is the time to take some action. Write some notes down. Get prepared. So if you're like now transitioning into this vision of how you want to be able to adapt in these times, in the universal flow of things, then this is your vision. This is your trusting your intuition. Of course, there could be some indecisiveness that comes in, but just promote whatever feels inspirational. Okay, so that was pretty much everything. I did see the numbers 29. So what, 29? Libra here with the 29. Which was yesterday. So happy belated birthday. Could be October 11th or October 2nd. So just take what resonates with you, okay? So we're just going to pull a couple of tarot cards just so we can see what is it that your guides want you to know. Okay, so we also have some, I was thinking, we can, there's a question that you might have. Okay, so using your own questions and writing them down. Okay, so let's look at this kind of like an exercise. Okay, so what questions do you have? And only take what resonates. Okay, so what questions do you have? What kind of action do you want to take? What are some of the things that maybe, and these are just samples of questions. You may have your own questions, but this is something your guides just want you to address. Could be privately. You're learning how to pay attention and stay grounded, listen to your intuition. And we're taking a look at a couple of spreads here. There's this spread that I want to. Okay, what about I don't know about this spread. Okay, let's just go with this spread. It's called a trick or treat spread. Okay, where are you at? How about a moving forward spread? Moving forward. So you're taking action, now you're moving forward. So one of the samples of the questions could be, what has recently transformed in my life? What is driving me forward now? So we'll just use that. So if you want to write that down, we could do that. What has recently transformed in my life? Okay, what is it what has transformed in my life? What is it that I need to celebrate? Maybe there's a celebration here. What is driving me forward now? How can I act upon this? When do I act? So the first card you have is the Judgment. Okay, so just moving forward. Okay, we have the Judgment. So Major Arcana. We're using the Good Fortune Tarot. So I like reading the field guides and the guidebooks. So I'm going to stay with that. So we have Judgment. Fate, the call that cannot be ignored. Voices call out, vying for human attention. Fate scream, whisper, and taunt. Destiny reasons and tempts because we are sometimes stupid creatures. The soul sings, recites, and rants. While it is not always possible to untangle all these sources and memos, it is possible to mistake the call. It rarely needs elucidation because it is meant to be crystal clear. If the querent doesn't understand, they aren't listening. The Good Fortune, destiny calling. Most of us believe that we were born for a reason, that our life has purpose and meaning. We imagine if we can discover what that purpose is, everything in our lives will start flowing easily. When we're on the right path, everything is supposed to be easy, right? What a dangerous bed of misfortune. No path eliminates the harder aspects of life. Our destiny, despite its etymological heritage, is not as destination in a typical sense. It is a direction we are heading, but the destination is lived, danced, and expressed along the way. The Judgment card helps us correct our course when we've wandered off track. Pilots say that 90% of flight is course correcting. The Angel of Judgment is a key to staying on our way. Okay, so that could be that feeling. Sometimes we can ignore those little slight, like you feel it inside, right? You feel the conversations that you're having inside. And then you're like, well, should I do it now or should I wait till later? Like, I'm just not sure. It's unclear. What should I do? And this is where it's probably been taking you some time because you're not clear if you should move forward or what you should say or how you're supposed to do it because, there could just be a lot of confusion. So I think taking more time to meditate will really help dramatically. It'll help you stay more focused and in tune. And then also speak to your guides about it. Okay, speak to your guides. So you have the Judgment here. So that's coming out for you. So this is the first card. So something you've been working on and you probably have been resisting a little bit because you're just unsure. You're not quite sure. But you have the development so far that you need. And so I don't know who this is for, but this could be you have this vision, and that's what this 29 or 11 or 2. So you're feeling more. Okay, so pay attention if you see like a lot of water. You're seeing like a lot of water, like the element of water. Okay, pay attention to that. Oh, excuse me. So pay attention to that and just try to just try to caress those conversations a little bit more, like it's a meeting, right? So How are you starting your morning off? How are you starting your morning? Take a little, maybe wake up a little 30 minutes earlier. Take a moment of self-reflection. Look out the window, gaze outside in the morning. Whatever your routine is, just add some depth, like, to your vision. Look outside. Allow yourself to just pick up whatever is influencing you. Find some projects. So if you're feeling stuck, you're feeling like, I don't know how to move through this judgment, then find some small projects that will just help you move past it. And then try to just take action the best that you can. Sometimes it's just change your routine a little bit. Okay, we do have the Nine of Wands. I'll read it both in if it comes in reverse, I'll read it both ways. Okay, so I have the Nine of Wands, which is action, right? Nine of Wands is action. Also, quiet anxiety. Every sense is on high alert and anxiety is running on high. No action is taken, therefore no energy is expelled. So the throoming tension builds, the querent, not knowing what to do, waits for something to happen. The vigilance is warranted and the querent will ultimately be successful. Good fortune, hug a tree for victory. There is a line between reasonably safe and obsessively vigilant. Let's learn about this energy so we can avoid crossing that line. We know that all nines are blessed or cursed with a double helping of lunar energy. Prepare to feel confused and perhaps more upset than the situation requires. As is so often the case, the solution to easing the discomfort for the state without relinquishing the benefit is the card. A simple metaphysical energy management practice is touching the ground. If possible, dig in the dirt or hug a tree. Grounding relieves the excess energy that will continue to build until the situation is resolved. Grounding also helps us feel safe, making it easier to be calm and sensible. Now we can access the situation. We are in position, alert, and prepared. All we need is a big scoop of luck. Because of complex astrological associations, this card is influenced by Jupiter, the heaviest of hitters in the luck department. Okay, so watch how you're speaking to yourself. Do some affirmations to help you get over whatever this, I call it a little bit of confusing. The word that I saw, you could be a life path number 11. So with the life path number 11, just see how that flows up. You can do some, look it up, do some study on it. But the word that came up was indecisiveness too. So you could feel a little indecisiveness. So when the indecisiveness comes through, find some kind of technique. So here the Nine of Wands is reminding us, do some grounding work, right? So You'll know what to do whenever this Knight of Wands comes up. You might want to just journal this for now, so you have it like in the back of your pocket to remember, okay, I know what I need to do. I need to go ground myself, be in nature, maybe do some poetry, read a book about something, whatever it is that you are feeling called to do. Sometimes you have a calling. Listen to your words. Listen to the way that you're conversating. And then slowly just ask yourself, may I have some advice here? May I have some advice? Have those kind of communication so that you can allow yourself to communicate more freely, but like more expressively. Okay, so that's the second card, was the Knight of Wands. So focusing on the question that you have. There's a lot of healing. There's a lot of healing that is going on. How you show up for yourself is really nobody's business. You just allow yourself to do it. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Fate. Find a penny, pick it up, and all day long you'll have good luck. That is so true. So every time I see a penny, I pick it up. And I actually will say that too. So I'll find a penny and I'll say, find a penny, pick it up, and all day long you'll have good luck. So rich, potent swaths of good luck are flowing around, just waiting to be had. All aces elevate a reading, but the Ace of Pentacles most of all. When this card is present, it mitigates challenges and enhances beneficial energy. Big dreams and hard work are rewarded. Good fortune. We won the lottery. Sort of. We've just found a giant magic penny. For those who don't know, these magic pennies contain the potential of the entire universe. It's true, but they are more like seeds than coins. They also contain a spark of the actual divine. This magic gift can be used to start anything we want. Even though it was randomly given, we can use it intentionally to make the most of it. Not all seeds grow, but with the right care and feeding, if we get this one to grow, the outcome will be extraordinary. Success is not guaranteed, but certainly indicated and can be encouraged with sensible actions. So sensible action. So think of, when you find a penny, just look for a penny around the house. You find the penny, take it outside, do your random routines that you're doing. Ask for some clarity, hold it in your hand. Ask the divine, what clarity or advice can you give me today? Thank you. Have a wonderful day. And then process the day the best that you can, right? So think of, what actions are meaningful for you, and see how that elevates you for the next week. Okay? So I wanted to get a oracle message too. I'm going to use the Messages from the Guides Transformation Cards by James Van Praagh. Okay, Messages from the Guides. These are transformation cards. If you're wanting to, speaking of metaphysical, you can go to a metaphysical store and just go there and roam around and just get kind of connect, get a vibe, just go in, take a look, see if anything pops up at you. Messages from the Guides, Transformation Cards Guidebook. Your spirit guides are waiting to talk to you. In this companion guidebook to the Message from the Guides, Transformation Cards, James Van Praagh will assist you in tuning into your guide, spiritual teacher who gives you guidance, knowledge, or wisdom. Through these channeled messages, you will learn to develop a higher understanding of spirit and remember that you are never truly alone. Who are the guides? Your guides are spiritual teachers who bestow upon you guidance, knowledge, or wisdom. Guides can be beings who have never incarnated upon this earth, family members who have crossed over, or even specialists in a particular field whom you never met physically. While the subconscious mind or your higher self understands this, it is rational consciousness, everyday mind that has a harder time comprehending it. I have written a companion book to this card deck called Wisdom from Your Spirit Guides that goes into detail about our interaction with guides, but a quick overview seems appropriate for anyone working with these cards. Guides are incorporeal beings whom you choose before you incarnate, teachers who help nudge and direct you through life. They're responsible for helping you fulfill the spiritual contract you made with yourself before you were born. Your higher self can also be a guide to others, even while your conscious mind is focused to this dimension. Remember, there is no such thing as time, and your soul is limitless. So while your awareness seems like it is focused on this life right now, your current life is not the only game in town. Your soul is the ultimate multitasker. You're helping and being helped concurrently. Some guides will stay with you throughout your entire life, and others will pop in every now and again to help you with specific areas of your life or goals you are trying to achieve. These guides are at varying levels of consciousness themselves. Some may be highly ascended masters such as Jesus and Buddha, and others might be spirits who happen to have expertise and experience in certain areas. They may appear to have a male or female energy, though in reality they're just energy. You may be the only person they are guiding, or they may be on call for other people as well. Guides know what's going on in our lives, and when it's time for them to intervene, they have several ways they can accomplish this. It's our job to be aware of the signs and synchronicities, and oracle cards are a great way to tune in. So please treat this card deck with the same respect and sacredness in which they were given to you. So just a little bit about who your guides are. And what is so beautiful too is that you are surrounded by so many guides. Most of the times you're surrounded by like 100,000 guides. Okay, so just remember when you feel that it could feel irritable, it could feel a lot of these different emotions. It can feel, you can feel insecure about something. You can just talk to your guides and ask them to help you through this process. So in this book, he has an example. You can say, "Dear guides, I ask that my mind and heart be open to receiving the perfect and intended insights that are in alignment with the needs of my soul. May the knowledge I receive transform and bring empowerment and understanding to the inner aspects of my being." Okay, so I love this deck. I mean, there's just, it really brings you closer to your guides. May the grace, dear guides, may the grace of understanding and awareness open up my mind and heart to receive soul insights and enlightened knowledge. I ask that only the highest of intentions and energies be present in this experience. Please help me release my ego, fear, so that I can clearly see, feel, hear, and understand the lessons my soul needs to be shown at this time. So in this guide, he also talks about different examples of doing a 1-card draw, 2-card draw, 3-card spread, multi-card spread. And then he goes in about talking about the deeper meaning associated with each transformative message in the deck. So let us begin. Okay, so if you have a question for your guides, let's go ahead. We'll shuffle the deck. I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle the deck. And if you need some more awareness, don't forget to, I like to call ourselves light workers because, we're light workers. So, know that as you are transforming on your own journey, there is a lot of development here. There's a lot of development. So take your time, instead of feeling anxious or, feeling like you're left out or feeling like, what's the word called? Uneasy, not trusting. Not understanding a certain situation. Just know that you're not alone, and there are many people here who are helping support to support the higher self. Does that make sense? Okay, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. In school, you're not always going to give the right answers. In school, sometimes you feel you will act out. In school, sometimes you don't focus on the lesson at hand. In school, sometimes you will be cruel. Have you ever looked back at your time in school and not been able to forgive yourself for those transgressions? Probably not. Well, you have chosen Earth as your schoolroom, and you should be just as lenient. You are here to learn. It's important to forgive yourself when you make errors. Living with the guilt or past deeds blocks the energy of the future. Each soul progresses in its own time, but when you don't allow yourself forgiveness, you are shutting off the heart and telling the universe you are not worthy to receive. If you have caused pain to another, it is imperative to apologize to them in addition to forgiving yourself. The guides can't stress enough the importance of forgiveness, either to yourself or another. Carrying the negative energy of guilt as well as the negative energy of resentment back to the spirit world causes unwanted karmic entanglements. Not clearing this energy while you are still in this physical dimension before you make your own transition to spirit is a huge source of regret for many souls. Act now. So just forgive yourself and just keep moving forward. There's also the Ho'oponopono prayer. That's a good one. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. That's a good one. If you're having trouble sleeping, I know that you can find the Ho'oponopono prayer. I think you can find it online and just use it to help you fall asleep. Stretching is a good one in the morning. Finding time to just do some simple stretches, like just putting your arms out, doing some small little circle rotations, and just lifting your arms up, just something simple. Breathing in, breathing out, just finding a way to just practice just being with yourself. We'll pull one more card. And you'll notice how your action is just taking progress and things are just moving forward. You'll find yourself channeling, talking to the guides more, paying attention to the rhythm of your body more, listening, paying attention to the dance of the birds outside, listening to them talk, looking at the flowers, different trees. Never judge another. Never judge another. Everyone's going through their healing. Everyone's finding time to forgive themselves. And sometimes it takes a little while, it takes a little while. So we just want to try to be attentive to our own selves, the things that we need to do. Because there's action here for you, right? To never judge another. Your higher self is just objectively experiencing. It does not come from a place of judgment. From its perspective, nothing is good, bad, right, or wrong. It just is. In this physical dimension, however, your awareness or consciousness is filtered through the human experience as ego. It is the ego that judges because it is fragile and insecure. It is usually happiest when it feels better than judgment is fear-based. It separates you from others when your goal is to acknowledge your sameness. Your fellow souls have chosen this earth plane. At the same time, we just have unique personal blueprints that we're following. It's not your job to judge anyone's path. They are just learning different lessons than you are. Everyone has chosen a life circumstance, a human form to inhabit that will enable them to learn the lessons chosen by their higher self and guides. To judge their decision making is fool's play. It is the ego that needs this sense of separation in order to survive. If this card appears in your spread, the guides want you to keep a watchful eye on your ego. Instead of sending someone the negative energy of judgment, bless them on their way. Instead of disdain, wish them Godspeed on their particular journey. Okay, so there are messages from the guides. I did hear Angel 50 today, the number 50, and I'm going to use the Kyle Gray's message and meaning behind 1111 and other number sequences. I do recommend you pick up this book if you are finding that you are seeing like a lot of repetitive numbers a lot. It's another way to have discussions with your guides. Another way that your guides are communicating with you. So number 50, a strong energy of abundance is with you at this time. Think big and focus on the energy of plenty. Okay? And let's just look at this. Let's see if there's any relationship. Yeah, so I noticed the fives, the fives have been communicating. So another response to this is changes, effort, action, and input required. So something that you're working on needs a little bit of change. So that's what we talked about earlier, is maybe just try to look at your routine and just say, you know what, let me just maybe change my routine a little bit. Maybe I can, change the colors that I'm wearing. Maybe, get a haircut, don't get a haircut. Have you got an eye exam? Have you changed your glasses? Sometimes it's important that we go and get a yearly checkup every year for your eyes. Just make sure they're, doing okay. Making sure in case you do need a prescription for your eyes that you are allowing yourself the time to change out the lenses and get new lenses. I wear glasses. I know I have to keep them clean. I wear with the anti-reflective lenses. If you don't keep them clean, they can get scratches, and then you're seeing out of like scratch lenses, and that can irritate you. It can irritate your vision, and it's like, why put yourself through that, right? And a lot of times it's because we're procrastinating. Why are we procrastinating? Because there's a lot of action going on. So just try to put yourself first. Do the self-care. Okay, so maybe you can write something out for you on a journal or calendar. Look up something about self-care, how to contribute more of yourself to your self-care routines. What does it look like for you, right? Remember, there's no good way, bad way to look at it. It's just self-care. Let's see what else you wanted to do. What do I want to do? Okay, thank you. Okay, I was just asking the guides which we're going to go with the Archangel Michael, Sword of Light Oracle. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go with the Sword of Light Oracle. Sometimes I need a little movement too, okay? So I notice when I get a little, when I get it like a little bit, I'm feeling like a little irritated or unsure, you know, where this energy is coming from. I do find that I'm meditating more, and I find different ways to meditate. Some of the ways that I meditate, I'll dance. Every now and then I will try to sing. You could play some instruments if you can. I know that a lot of people do have used equipment, so that could be something you can find out. You know, when you heard the angel number 50, think plenty. That's the kind of plenty you want to try to be thinking about. Like, what other ways can I attract more abundance into my life? Maybe something that you wished for at a later time. And maybe it just hasn't manifested yet, right? So maybe these are some opportunities that you get to revisit right now, so that you can take the action that is necessary. And just go with the flow, you know. So here you have number 33. This is a blessing in disguise. Be patient and have faith that your angels have the situation under control. What will come is far better than you dare to dream. That's beautiful. That's number 33. Okay, so number 33 is also, 3 is also another vibrational number, you know, like a teacher, an ascended master that is trying to connect with you. So pay attention to your dreams. Try to take note of them. And just take note. It's like another way that you're having a conversation. Things do not always turn out the way you expect or think you want them to. There are many times in human existence when the divine has brighter, more joyful ideas than you could imagine. It is only from a big picture viewpoint that you would be able to understand why things need to be the way they are. You must have faith in the process. Perhaps you really want a particular job, but someone else is chosen for the position. Then in time, you find another career path that is better aligned with your life purpose than the one you had previously thought you wanted. You are currently in or are about to experience a situation that feels like a disappointment, but rest assured that you will recognize it is a blessing in disguise with the passing of just a little more time. Consider this message a heads up so that you can minimize any initial unhappiness and instead trust that something wonderful is just around the corner. Don't hold on to your expected outcome so tightly that you don't see what result might be even better. This is the kind of situation where your guardian angel excel. Yes, of course, we archangels are here too, and I am always ready to help serve energetic ties to the emotional burden of dashed hopes. However, often the tweaking of your plans or the reworking of your expectation comes with your guardians from heaven who are watching over you every moment of every day of your life. Thank you so much, guides. That was a beautiful message. Just reminding us of their light and their love and their care for us. That way you get to feel more empowered about the choices you're making because you have that support and dedication. And so I feel like it is a lot about patience. You are putting in the work every day. That's your commitment, and that's great. And you get to leave those little doses of love wherever you go. So just keep on doing whatever it is that makes you feel good. Okay, the other message here. I had a, I don't know, how do you call it? I ended up watching, influencer, creator, divine sister, LightWorker. I found her on TikTok. I think, it was TikTok. I found her on TikTok. And she was doing some readings. And what I loved her energy and just everything that she was doing. But I was in need of some oracles. And so she was using these tags. They're called tags. And I think her name is Kai the Empress. Kai the Empress. Okay, so I kind of look at these as also message from the guides. And they call it, I don't know how to pronounce the word, bibliomancy. And also maybe a little bit of numerology. Okay, so anyways, tags, Tell All God Said, LLC. So that's the name of her cards. So she made these cards. So I bought them from her. And I love pulling them. They just, I don't know, they just feels good. It's a lot of gratitude. So just very grateful to be here. So I just wanted to share some tags with you. Okay. So I'm going to pull a tag. And let's see what the message says. I just wish you all the best in this upcoming week until we meet again. Just listen to your heart. Let your heart do the talking. So this message is old thinking patterns must go. Old thinking patterns must go. 2 Corinthians 3:14. But their minds were blinded, for until this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in Christ. So pretty much just reminding us that there's going to be like old thinking patterns. There's old thinking patterns. And so when those old thinking patterns come in, just a reminder that your guides are here to help you open up your mind, have a different conversation, letting things go. And just starting over each day. Starting over each day, paying attention. That's why journaling is good, because when you get to journal, you're actually allowing yourself to have this open dialogue with your creator and your guides, right? So it's just another way for you to open up that level of conversation and get you to where it is that you need to go. So there you go. How about an affirmation? Okay, we'll do an affirmation. We'll end it with an affirmation. We're going to use the Heart Path Oracle cards for the affirmation. These are very beautiful cards. I've been doing a lot of drawing and painting, artwork. Another way that I get to meditate and also work on some tiny little projects. I like using the oracle decks to help me get started. It kind of gives me a start to what it is that I want to make, because sometimes you're like, I don't know what I want to make. So I'll watch some DIYs. I'll watch some people who are teaching to draw something. I'll go look that up so I can just please myself, my self-care. You have mystical self-discovery, taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself. Yeah, those little koalas. Little cute little koala bears. Look at that one in the middle. How cute. Just hugging on the tree. And that was the message earlier. Just go hug a tree. Sometimes I will hug a tree too, and I'll feel a lot better. Okay, so this card you have selected shows 3 koala bears. One is eating, one is napping, and one is reflecting. The top bear makes eye contact with the viewer while munching on a pink lily. The middle bear hugs the tree while grasping a branch. The bear on the bottom sits among the roots while holding on to the trunk of the tree. In the center grows an unusual tree in the shape of an 8, an infinity symbol, and DNA. The branches bend over and around the trunks and are sprouting small leaves. 5 yellow-orange daffodils grow beside the tree. There is a tiny spider on the left daffodil. The sun is rising on the bottom left of the picture, and the moon is moving off to the top right of the image. A caterpillar is crawling along the bottom on one of the roots of the tree. And right by it is a ladybug. The cloudy daytime sky clears, revealing stars. The ground forms ribbons between the roots. Your message: when koalas appear, the perception of time is altered and everything slows down. When this happens, you have access to creative insights and flashes of artistic genius. Let the koalas lead you to a much-needed sanctuary, a place where you can get in touch with your inner muse. It is important that you find a private refuge, a cocoon where you can be alone with your thoughts. This could be a little used space in your house or apartment, an out-of-the-way coffee house, or your own private studio in another building. There, allow your sense to be hypnotized and transformed by beauty. The beauty of nature, the beauty of your life, the beauty of stillness. If you listen to the koalas and slow your pace, stress melts away and you are able to function more efficiently. The caterpillar says you have to let go of the old and be reborn to your new self. These fascinating creatures are fussy about what they eat, and you need to be too. Focus on your diet, but do not follow any health fads. Your body will tell you everything you need to know if you take time to listen. Eat foods that are as natural and unprocessed as possible. If you take care of your needs today, you will prevent any disease in the future. The tiny spider nestled in the warmth of the daffodil will bring you clarity and possibly new loving relationships, if you are open to them. You're about to venture on an exciting journey of redefining every aspect of yourself.